Good morning, OCBC Sangha. If you are surprised to see me up here, imagine my surprise when I got the assignment to do family service. I usually do services at Vista, and so this is the first time, and I feel very honored and very privileged to be your speaker this morning. Somewhere back in my youth, I was told a little rule of public speaking. I don't remember who I heard it from. Could have been my high school public speaking teacher. Could have been when I was working with Hewlett Packard. Could even been in minister assistant training here, probably from Reverend Alan Sakamoto. But the rule is, be sincere, be brief, and be seated. Now, I promise to be sincere, and I promise to sit down, but brief might be subjective in your own minds. But I could say, be sincere, be brief, be seated. I'm done. Thank you very much. Namo Amida Butsu. But today is daylight savings. It's not my favorite time of the year to get adjusted to, but once I'm adjusted to it, I do like the longer days. Now, I don't think of daylight savings as losing an hour of sleep or losing an hour of my life. I used to think that. But now I just think I'm an hour closer to my morning coffee and bagels, or coming to OCBC to hear the Dharma and Monku complain to my friends, or just an hour closer to my first glass of wine for the day. I want to paraphrase a tale about daylight savings. I'm going to change some of the characters in it. So when told the reason why we have daylight savings, the wise old monk said, only a fool would cut 12 inches off the top of his robe and sew it on the bottom of his robe and believe he would end up with a longer robe. Think about it. So this awareness of time, it's the most precious treasure of all. Why? Because it's limited. We can produce and we can reproduce infinite volumes of wealth and material stuff and humans, and on and on and on, which is probably good stuff for you Marie Kondo fans out there. But we cannot negotiate for more time. We think what we own has value, but nothing does. Our things only have a value based on a market or society expectations. The only thing of value is time. 1 second will always be 1 second. $1 will not always be $1, but 1 second will always be 1 second. No negotiating with that. Time and life are interdependent. Like the Japanese proverb says, life is like a candle in the wind. Or, to put it in more of an existential question, is the purpose of your life finished? If you are alive, then it is not. I often view life as a gamble, an unexplainable chance, like thinking I could win the California lottery. Heck, I'm even too cheap to buy lotto tickets, or maybe too wise. Which brings up a good question. As Buddhists, we strive to live wisely in the present and not worry or fantasize about the future. Should we play the lottery? Should we play Las Vegas? Well, why not? It's a wheelbarrow full of free cash if we hit the jackpot. And one could argue very well that I have a good point. But then I say, so do the thorns of a rose. But back to the question, should we play the lottery? Perhaps yes, perhaps no. Maybe it's not so much the action of playing, but the potential results that matter, like feelings of greed and craving, and obviously delusion, which we know are not feelings we want on our spiritual path. Personally, any form of a chance game intensifies feelings of attachment and leaves me very unsettled with a diseased feeling in my mind. Personally, I would rather focus my limited energies on those aspects of my life that I think I might have some control over. Now, in reality, we are all lottery players, and we are all winners. Every day we play the lottery, and every day when we wake up, we're a winner. And this is because of a game called the Magic Bank Account. The Magic Bank Account game. Before I tell you about the game, I want to give you a rhetorical question to think about. Spending time with children is more important than spending money on children. Now, I'm sure all the adults will agree with that, and all the kids will say, no, spend money, spend money. Is that true or false? True or false? Let's find out. By playing the game, the Magic Bank Account. Now, I have a disclosure. I did not invent or come up with this game. The author is unknown, but it was found in the billfold, the wallet of Coach Paul Bear Bryant of Alabama football fame, after his death in 1983, 37 years ago. It's just 1 year before I was born. So now you have to use your imaginations, because I'm a low-tech sensei. I don't mess with computers and slides. It's too nerve-wracking. Imagine you had won a prize in a contest, and each morning your bank would deposit $86,400 into your very own bank account. And the $86,400, I know it's a weird figure, but it'll make sense when we get to the end of this Dharma message. But there are 4 rules, 4 simple rules. And I want you to just repeat them in your mind. I'm going to say each rule twice. And when I say it the second time, just say it in your mind. Rule number 1, what you did not spend today and each day would be taken away from your account. What you did not spend today and each day would be taken away from that account. Rule number 2, you cannot transfer any money into any other account. No offshore, under the radar money laundering. You can only spend it. You cannot transfer any money into any other account. Rule number 3, each morning your bank deposits another $86,400 for that day. That is, if you wake up. And rule number 4, your bank can end the game anytime without any warning. Game over, account closed. Ichigo, ichie. So what would you do with $86,400 every day? Go to Best Buy? Las Vegas? Go on Amazon and buy every single product that they have? Buy Teslas for all your friends? Or go to Disneyland every day? You know, I have a thing about Disneyland. I often wonder, how the heck did Walt Disney figure out how to get people to pay all that money just to stand in line all day. What a concept. You would want to spend it all on yourself, on your friends, strangers, hopefully our animal friends. And, of course, you would want to donate most of it to OCBC. Because it would be replaced the next day, right? So am I a bit crazy saying that this game is real? Well, yes, because we are all winners of 86,400, not dollars, but seconds. The prize is not money, it is time. 86,400 seconds. That's how many seconds are in a day. And for you math people out there, 3,600 seconds, yes, equals 1 hour times 60. Anyway, if you want to do the math, go ahead. Each morning we will receive 86,400 seconds as our gift of life. Well, except for today, due to daylight savings, we got cheated today. And at night, when we are sleeping, any remaining time left over is not given back to us. What we haven't used that day is gone. Yesterday is finished. Yesterday is the past. As we say in Hawaii, all pau. Each day, every morning, the bank of life, your bank of life, refills your account. But it can be dissolved at any time without warning. I personally have had 6 near-death experiences since I was born. Truthfully, I should not even be here today. I should not even have survived my childhood. But thanks to the skill and the help of others, I'm here today. How many near-death experiences have you had? So what to do with your 86,400 seconds? Where? How? How to begin to start spending? It's easy to get money and spend money. How do you spend seconds? My answer is mindfully. You start with mindful practice. Perhaps you start by embracing 6 life-affirming teachings. And here we go again with a list of 6. You know, Buddhists love to make lists with numbers. And I don't expect you to remember these, but if you could just remember one and practice that for one day of the week, and then another one for the next day of the week, and on the 7th day you can forget about all this and then start over again. How to spend 86,400 seconds mindfully? Number 1, I would rather be happy. Sounds simple, doesn't it? How often am I not happy? Like when I got this assignment, I wasn't happy. Now I have to think, I would rather be happy because I'm telling you to be happy. Number 2, this is the best day of my life. And when I go home today, it will be the best day of my life. Number 3, I love myself just the way I am. That is so hard for us to accept. Us, me, just as we are. Number 4, there is magic everywhere. Just wake up in the morning and look outside. You'll see magic. Number 5, I want to help others. And number 6, my favorite part of the day is right now. So imagine if all humans, especially you children out there, around the world, not just here at OCBC, but in Orange County and going out and out until we circle the world. Embrace those 6 simple teachings. What a change our planet would see in just 1 generation. So we've all been given. None of us has earned our life. It's been given to us. This gift of life. What will this life of yours be, given that it only appears once in the astronomical dimensions of time, in time that flies by so much faster than we realize? One of my favorite quotes, I'm sure you've heard it, life is like a roll of toilet paper. The closer you get to the end, the faster it goes. That's by Andy Rooney, American television writer. I'd like to conclude my message this morning on time with some selected excerpts from the contemporary reading that Reverend Ellen Crane just read. So if you could please put your hands together in Gasho and just listen as I say these words. In the beginningless, endless flow of time, each life is a mere ripple, existing only for an instantaneous moment and disappearing forever. Think, speak, and act then, always in the eternal now, with compassion and understanding for your own enlightenment and for the enlightenment of all sentient beings. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, Namanda, Namanda.